here now. My windshield washer reservoir is securely mounted. It's not damaged, it's not leaking. I have an adequate amount for the day's use. If I need to add, I would add here. My coolant reservoir is securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. It's between the min and max. If I needed to add, I would wait for the engine to cool down and I would add fluids right here. Going inside, checking my belt. I have no more than 3/4 of an inch play. My belt is free of any cracks, tears, or frays. My water pump is securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. It is belt driven. Behind it is my air compressor. It is securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. It is gear driven. Moving to the outside, my frame is free of any cracks, holes, or illegal welds. My shock is securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. I'm going down to my springs. My springs, spring hangers, U-bolts, bolts, and my shackles at the rear are securely mounted, none bent, broken, or missing, no worn or shiny spots. My brake chambers and air lines are securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking. Air lines are free of any cuts, bulges, or abrasions. These are self-adjusting slack adjusters held in place by a push rod and a cotter key. If they was not self-adjusting slack adjusters, I would chalk the wheels into the tractor, put the tractor in the lowest forward gear, release the brakes, and verify I have no more than 1 inch of play or 90 degrees of rotation. My brake lining is not worn dangerously thin. It's free of any contaminants such as dirt, oil, mud, or grease. My inside rim is free of any discoloration, which would indicate an overheated brake. My inner and outer tire walls are free of any securely beaded to my rims. They are free of any cuts, frays, or abrasions, no exposed cords of fabric. I have greater than 4/30 seconds tread wear with no unusual wear pattern. My rim is free of any cracks, holes, or illegal welds. All lug nuts are present with no signs of rust, which would indicate a loose lug. My hub oil is between the min and max. I can see it through the sight glass. It's securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. If I had to add fluids, I would add it here. I have a metal valve stem, a metal valve cap. If I need to check the pressure, I would check it using a tire gauge. Using the push-pull method, I will verify I don't have no abnormal bearing. My mud flap is secure. Walking to the driver's side. Same process. I Z-scan my engine, looking and listening for any leaks. I see none, I hear none. My belt has no more than 3/4 of an inch play, free of any cracks, frays, or tears. My alternator is securely mounted, it's not damaged, it's free of any cuts, frays, or exposed wires. Underneath it, that'd be my AC compressor. It is belt driven, it's securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. Follow right behind it, behind the frame rail, is my power steering pump. It is securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. It is gear driven. Coming out here, power steering reservoir. It's securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. I remove the cap, check the levels, verify I'm between the min and max. If I needed to add any fluids, I would add it here. My oil is securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. I remove my dipstick, check my levels, and double check it, verify I'm between the min and max on the oil. If I needed to add, I would add it in 4-quart increments until I reach the desired operational level. Coming outside, my frame is free of any cracks, holes, or illegal welds. My shock is securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. Springs, spring hangers, U-bolts, bolts, and shackles. None bent, broken, or missing, no worn or shiny spots. Moving up here, my steering shaft is held in place by 2 U-joints that's properly lubricated. Steering box is gear driven, securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. My pivot arm, drag link, and control arm, securely mounted, not damaged. It's held in place by castle nut and cotter pins. Coming back out, looking at my brake chambers and air lines. Securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. Air lines free of any cuts, bulges, or abrasions. These are self-adjusting slack adjusters held in place by a push rod and a cotter pin. If they were not self-adjusting slack adjusters, I would chalk my wheels into the tractor, place the truck in the lowest forward gear, release the brake, verify I have no more than 1 inch of play or 90 degrees of rotation. The brake lining is not worn dangerously thin. It's free of any contaminants such as dirt, oil, mud, or grease. My rim shows no discoloration, which would indicate an overheated brake. The inner and outer tire walls are beaded tightly to the rims. They are free of any cuts, bulges, or abrasions, no exposed cords of fabric. My tire has greater than 4/30 seconds tread depth with no unusual wear pattern. Rim is free of any cracks, holes, or illegal welds. All lug nuts are present but no signs of running rust. My hub oil is between the min and max. It's securely mounted, not damaged, it's not leaking. If I needed to add fluid, I would add it here. I got a metal valve stem and metal valve cap. If I need to check the pressure, I would check it using a tire gauge. Using the push-pull method, I verified I have no